Stock 5 losers from the Vikings loss against the Lions. Welcome back to the Onebar and Lupagus show. I'm Lupagus here with Onebar. Minnesota Vikings are 10-3, and to that I will take a sip, but we did lose today against the Lions.
Cheers to the 10-3 Vikings. We're doing the top 5 losers, and you know what? We might have 6, and this will be one of the easier ones we've done because the Vikings definitely did not show up. Before we get into that, though, be sure to subscribe to the channel. Let's get to 8,300. We're very close. Grab yourself a lift bridge while you're watching this, even if it's 3, 4 in the morning.
Or if it's a Tuesday afternoon, who gives a shit? You deserve this. You deserve a lift bridge.
After watching that game, we should all be drinking. Let us know in the comments who your losers are. But let's start off with my biggest one. Not biggest one, but the one that just pissed me off the most. And I talked about this in the live. Chandon Sullivan comes up right up top for me, and it has to do just with his boneheaded play, the 15-yard penalty, Jared Goff sliding down. Chandon Sullivan says, I don't give a shit if you're sliding. I'm going to freaking kill you anyways. And it's not even the penalty. It was just a momentum killer. We were about to get the ball back. It was 3rd down. Damn it, Chandon.
I think it would have been like 4th and 6. So even Dan Campbell probably wouldn't have gone for it at that point. I mean, Chandon Sullivan decides to lay a hit at that time, and the guy doesn't tackle 90% of the time, and now he's going to lower his shoulder and lay a big hit when the guy's sliding, committing himself. I get it. It was close, but, I mean, Chandon Sullivan, you're not very good to begin with. To have that kind of penalty, to give him a first down, this offense that is a dangerous offense, very explosive. I think they scored like 2 plays later. It was a huge momentum swing in this game, and one that if he doesn't make that play, I mean, the Vikings might already have the North cinched up.
Yeah, that was just big time. There's a couple plays. We're going to talk about them with these other losers. That was game changing, and I get it. Bang bang, he goes sliding down. He didn't know, but killed us. It killed us. And Chandon, he had a couple of other tough plays as well, but that's the one that sticks out the most.
Yeah, I think he was the guy who's supposed to cover DJ Chark on his touchdown. Not even close. So Chandon Sullivan, he hasn't been great all season long. The thing is, we don't have anything better to put there, so we're kind of stuck. I mean, it's Chandon Sullivan, or I don't even know who the hell else it would be. Duke Shelley.
Pornhub.com, you'll find a lot of people that are stuck.
Yeah, well, I don't know. If Chandon Sullivan was stuck on our table, I don't think I'd take advantage of that.
Well, who knows? Who knows? Let's move it along. What else we got? That's gross.
Let's go with a very obvious one, and I'm going to stick on the defensive side of the ball. Maybe this is blowing our load too early, but Ed Donatel, our defensive coordinator, it's just another game, just another Ed Donatel game.
Do we need to even elaborate? Do we need to ramble off stats? Do we need to talk about the fact that the Vikings didn't have a single sack today? Do we have to talk about the fact that the Vikings gave up 464 yards to the Jets? Do we have to talk about the fact that nobody can make a single damn play and we give up every damn 3rd down, or are we good?
I mean, I feel like you covered a lot of it there in your little passive-aggressive rant. But there was a stat today came on during the game that I really found shocking. I think it was 5 weeks in a row, Vikings had given up 400 yards of offense. That just can't happen. That can't happen. And if you're the guy in charge of that side of the ball, why aren't you making changes to change things? I mean, make some more pressure, create some more pressure, blitz more, do something to change that. He sits there and he goes on. He says, "Yeah, we give up a lot of yardage, but we win games." Okay, today your defense didn't make the plays when they had to. You gave up a lot of yards, but in the past games against the Jets, red zone, you're very good. You made stops when you had to. Today we didn't make stops. 3rd down long, we couldn't stop them. 4th down, we couldn't stop them. So you have to do something different. And the fact that Ed Donatel just keeps rolling with the same old shit, and we're giving up all these yards to the team, it bit us in the ass today. And I think everybody's scared that's going to bite us in the ass in the playoffs too.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing. And Kevin O'Connell in his post-game press conference saying, we got to look at the defense. We got to find a way to get these players start making some plays. We got to figure out a way to get some pressure on the quarterback. So Kevin O'Connell, I mean, he's a very smart guy. You got to know. I mean, there's no way he's not just pulling his hair out like every week. He knows this defense is shit. He also knows that it's too late in the game to make a change. So it's not going to happen. So we know, barring a miracle, Ed Donatello is not going to be back. So Kevin O'Connell just has to roll with the punches, and hopefully he can just have somebody come in and say, Ed, do this. You have Daniil Hunter and Zary Smith. Have them go after that guy who's throwing the ball.
Yeah, there's so much talent on this defense. To get what you're getting out of this defense, it's mind-boggling. There's no way the players on this defense should be allowing 400 yards every single week.
Ooh, who else you got?
Let's go to offense right now. Let's go to a guy who, we said it. The Vikings are going to win this game. They got to control the clock. You got to control the clock by running the football, getting first downs. Heavy Dalvin Cook. And Dalvin Cook today, not overly impressive.
15 carries, 23 yards, averaged 1.5 yards a carry. Did have a touchdown, had a very gross fumble, which was disgusting, where you're about to score and tie the game. But you know what? We also have to say it. Dalvin Cook, it's not like he had his best guys in front of him. He's running behind Austin Schlottman. He's running behind Blake Brandel. So that was tough. And Detroit does have a very good front. So, but you got to do better than that. Come on, man. Hold on to the ball. Hold on to the ball.
Well, it was a jump
What
pass.
the play call was. Hold on to the ball.
Yeah, I know, but it's, he did a little shuffle thing. He was going to throw it over to Johnny Munt. I think it was Munt.
I don't care.
Maybe he got a little too cute there, but Dalvin Cook, I don't know. I mean, they were calling up plays, going right up the middle, right at the gut at this Lions defense, and they ran some run blitzes, and every single time, Mike Hughes seemed to be the guy flying in, making the stop. I don't know. I mean, Dalvin, you got to make something happen sometimes, even if the play isn't working right. Sometimes you lower your shoulder, plow through, get some positive yards, and just Dalvin Cook hasn't done it this year. So they wanted to run him. They wanted to control the clock. It just wasn't working, and Dalvin didn't do anything to make that any better. So he's a loser today. I hate to say it, but Dalvin Cook, just not his best day.
Yeah, I mean, even though you can say the play calling, they're running up the gut, they're not going outside. It's Dalvin Cook. He's one of the best in the league. There's no doubt about it. I expect more from him. So that's why he is on our list. So I expect him to figure out a way to make plays. He's almost on the cut. He's almost on the cusp of getting 1,000 yards. He's not having a bad season by any means. Last time we played the Lions, he had almost 100 yards. But this time it was just a completely different ball game. And Dilly Dally could not find any room.
No, he couldn't. And he couldn't create room either. And that's the problem to me. Let's go to a guy who couldn't help Dalvin Cook get any running lanes. A right tackle, Brian O'Neill.
Yeah, Brian O'Neill, a guy that we were hoping would just absolutely step up with Darius out, with our center out, Garrett Bradbury. And no, he didn't. He had a rough go at her. And Brian O'Neill, we love Brian O'Neill.
We do. But Aiden Hutchinson.
Tough matchup.
Aiden Hutchinson, he's younger, probably more athletic, more flexible. Just got that young body going for him.
Good. I don't know what's going on there.
But O'Neill, yeah, it just, you're looking for the guy to lead this O-line, to step up and be like, hey, I know you don't have our starting center, don't have our starting left tackle, but I'm going to show you guys how this is done. Brian O'Neill did not do that today. He did not take that step up, did not become that leader, and be like, holy shit, if he can knock this guy down, I can do my job. He didn't do it. He didn't lead by example today.
He didn't, and we paid for it. It was tough. It was a tough game to watch. So Brian O'Neill, we know he'll bounce back next week. Love you, Brian.
Oh, absolutely. He's rarely ever on this list. I mean, this is just, it feels dirty even
saying
his name.
First time he's ever been on it.
It might be. I think this guy maybe has been on this list before, but he's on there again today. It's our head coach, Kevin O'Connell.
Has he been on it?
Yeah. Dallas game. Pretty sure he was on it.
Well, yeah, that's fair. Kevin O'Connell, a lot of question marks today. I mean, the tough part with Kevin O'Connell is, I mean, even though Ed Donatello was complete shit today, it starts with the top. It starts at the top, baby. I mean, he knows Ed Donatello's game plan. It's not like he's just watching, like, I can't believe we made that play.
God, what are we doing?
What he's doing. Yeah. And the 2-point conversion, no idea what's going on there. If somebody knows, I'd love to see in the comments if he explained himself. But a lot of question marks with what Kevin O'Connell was doing. Also, the onside kick. I mean, should he have done that? Because I don't think he should have. So there's a lot of questions for old Kevin. I love Kevin O'Connell. He's the future. He's going to get us a Super Bowl championship, but he sucked today.
Yeah. Yeah, you really touched on everything. I don't have anything else to add other than I
I'm
don't
sorry, I
get
should have shut up. I'm
no, it
really in
was
the zone
fine.
there.
I don't get the 2-point call either. There was no explanation for it. We all thought Joseph was hurt, like something happened to him, and then he's out there kicking off the kickoff after they failed. So I don't know what that was all about. Just seemed just very odd placement for that in a game where, I mean, you're kind of struggling to get momentum, and then you score a touchdown, then you do that, you lose the momentum. So I don't know. It wasn't KOC's best game, but I mean, if he's calling the plays and you get over 400 yards of offense, I mean, that's something. But as a whole, this defense, I mean, you got your offense up here, defense is down here, some calls in between. KOC just, if you're a guy in charge of that, not your best day.
He got coached. Dan Campbell.
He did.
You look at him, say this guy's just a meathead football player that just makes some crazy ass calls. But he got coached today. He did, absolutely. And I think that onside kick is a very underrated call there.
And not even that, but how about like not being ready for that fake punt they did? Like, I mean, we've seen the Lions that this is what they do. They go for a fourth down, they'll fake punts. Watch the damn film. I mean, you should have been ready for that. And Duke Shelley was the corner on that one side. He shot in and then he chased down. He did not have any idea that might be coming.
All right, we got a 5B loser as well. We got to throw on here, and that is the man who could have had a redemption game. TJ Hockenson, former Lion, ends up with 6 for 77 yards. Yeah. Not a bad stat line, but he's on here for one reason, and one reason alone, and that's he dropped that first down catch. That was one of the ugliest drops I've seen in recent memory.
Yeah, I can't remember if it was 0-0 at that time or it was 7-7, but Vikings were driving. Yeah, I mean, it was just, he was wide open. It was there.
He had the foot drag. It was perfect. It just bounced off his beautiful hands. And you could tell he was, I mean, being TJ Hockenson, he had been so mad. I mean, this is where he's trying to prove himself. And I don't anticipate that happening very much more, but it was tough.
It sucked because he was booed. I think when they announced him, he booed on his first catch. Yeah, no, you can hear it. And he goes out and he has that really bad drop. Which, I mean, the Vikings get the first down there. I can't remember really where the situation was. I feel like we're like on our own 30 or 40, but driving, you make that catch. I mean, maybe the Vikings go down and score, and then again, that's one of these plays that you leave off the field today, and this is why you lose this game. I mean, he makes that catch, thinks it could change the whole outcome of this game. So, TJ Hockenson, it's your homecoming. Everybody expects you to have that revenge game. That was a big time drop, and that thing hurt.
He did have a very, very nice catch later in the game.
Yeah,
a tough catch.
He did.
So he did play. He had a pretty good game, but we're gonna throw him on there just for the hell of it, just because that was such a big play. Those are our losers. Let us know your losers in the comments. Hit that sub button. Let's get to 8,300. Boom.
Let's not kid ourselves. There could be a hell of a lot more.
I hope so.
And I don't think we've done our drawings yet, right?
No.
So drop hashtag LiftBridge in the comments.
Let's go.
And we'll be doing those next week. We got to do them at least Monday or Tuesday. We got to get that shit done. We'll be doing some giveaways. And remember this. I don't know if you know this one, Bar, but in the original ending to Pretty Woman, Richard Gere's character tossed Julia Roberts' character out of his limo in a dirty alley and threw $3,000 on top of her.
Oh my God, that sounds horrible.
Yeah, that's probably why they changed it.
I don't like it.